Good morning, grade 6. Welcome to our lesson. Our lesson for this day is about adding and subtracting fractions without or with regrouping. But how to add similar fractions? Do you have an idea? So, to add similar fractions, just add the numerators and put the sum over the common denominator. But wait, do you still remember what are the numerator and denominator? So in fraction, yung numerator siya yung nasa taas and denominator siya yung nasa baba. Then after mo mag-add, simplify the fraction or the answer if needed. For you to better understand this lesson, let's have these examples. So first, we have 2 over 5 plus 2 over 5. First thing to do is to add the numerators. So what are the numerators? We have 2 and 2. So 2 plus 2 will give you 4. Then, yung common denominator is 5. That's why the answer will be 4 over 5. Next, we have 4 over 7 plus 2 over 7. What are the numerators? We have 4 and 2. So 4 plus 2 will give you 6. And the common denominator is 7. That's why the answer will be 6 over 7. Next, 4 over 4 plus 3 over 4. The numerators are 4 and 3. Then add them. 4 plus 3 will give you, very good, 7. So, copy the common denominator, 4. So, final answer na ba yan? Hindi pa. Why? Because this answer is an improper fraction. Kapag sinabing improper fraction, mas mataas yung numerator kaysa sa denominator. So, ang kailangan natin gawin is i-divide sila. So, 7 divided by 4. Ilang 4 magagawa sa 7? Isa. Then, i-multiply natin yung 1 kay 4. So, 1 times 4 will give you 4. Then, 7 minus 4 will give you 3. So, yung answer natin sa taas, siya yung magiging whole number. And yung natira na nasa baba, siya yung magiging numerator. Then, yung denominator natin, yun yung denominator dito sa improper fraction. So, just copy. So, ngayon, si 7 over 4, ang simplified answer or yung simplest form niya is 1 and 3 over 4. Ayan. So, next, we have subtracting similar fractions. So, how to subtract similar fractions? To subtract similar fractions, just subtract the numerators, then write the difference over the common denominator of the fraction. So, same process lang sila nung addition of similar fractions. Then, ganun din siya after mo mag-subtract, simplify the fraction or yung answer if needed. So, let's have these examples. We have 2 over 3 minus 1 over 3. So, yung numerators, 2 and 1. 2, magtanggal ka ng isa, ang matitira ay very good, isa. So, copy the common denominator which is 3. The answer will be 1 over 3. Next, 4 over 5 minus 3 over 5. So, 4 minus 3 will give you 1. Then, the denominator will give you 5. That's why 1/5 ang answer. Next, we have 8 over 9 minus 2 over 9. So, yung mga numerators, 8 and 2, subtract them. So, 8 minus 2 will give you 6. Then, copy the common denominator which is 9. Ngayon, 6 and 9. Meron ba silang, or meron bang number na pwedeng i-divide sa kanilang dalawa? Yes. So, ano yon? 3. So, 6 and 9, i-divide natin siya by 3. 6 divided by 3 will give you 2. Then, 9 divided by 3 will give you 3. Ngayon, final answer na ba to? Very good. So, yung 6 over 9, naging 2/3. Next, adding fractions with unlike denominators. So, kung kanina, mga like denominators or similar fraction, ngayon naman, unlike denominators. So, dito, for the similar or unlike fractions, change them first to similar fractions by looking for equivalent fractions. To get the equivalent fractions, find the least common denominator or LCD of the fractions. After the fractions have become similar, add as usual. So, simplify if needed. Example, 1/2 or 1/2 plus 1/3 or 1/3. So, bakit siya naging 3/6 and 2/6? So, yung 1/2 and 1/3 pinag-add. Ngayon, yung kanilang denominator, kunin natin yung LCD. Paano? So, yung 2 and 3, multiply natin sila by 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So, hanggang makuha natin yung number na may magkamukha sila. So, 2 times 1 will give you 2. 2 times 2 will give you 4. 2 times 3 will give you 6. 2 times 4 will give you 8, and so on. And sa 3 naman, 3 times 1 will give you 3. Then, 3 times 2 will give you 6. So, may magkamukha na ba sila? Yes, yun ay 6. So, ngayon, 6 ang ating LCD. So, ngayon, i-divide natin siya sa denominator, then i-multiply natin siya sa numerator. So, 6 divided by 2 will give you 3. Times 1 will give you 3. Kaya 3 yung nasa numerator natin dito sa first fraction. Next, copy mo lang yung LCD. Kaya naging 3/6. Sa second fraction, we have 1/3. So, bakit siya naging 2/6? Ganito. 6, divide mo siya sa denominator na 3. So, 6 divided by 3 will give you 2. Times mo siya sa numerator, which is 1. So, 2 times 1 will give you 2, kaya siya naging 2 dito. Then, 6 yung nasa baba kasi LCD is equal to 6. Ngayon, since pareho na sila, i-add na natin sila. So, yung numerator, pag-add natin, we have 3 and 2. 3 plus 2 will give you 5, kaya 5 ito. Next, yung denominator, copy lang, kaya naging 5/6. Next, so, we have 1/4 plus 1/3. Again, yung 4 and 3, kuhanin natin yung kanilang LCD. So, multiply muna natin sila by 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So, 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16, and so on. And then yung 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. Wala pang magkapareho. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. So, merong 12 si 4. Kaya, ang magkapareho nila ay 12. So, 12 niyan ang ating LCD. And then, divide natin sila sa numerator or sa denominator. I-times natin sila sa numerator. 12 divided by 4 will give you 3 times 1 will give you 3. Then, kung anong operation sa gitna, siya yung operation na ilalagay. So, 12 divided by 3 will give you 4. Then, 4 times 1 will give you 4. So, meron na tayong 3 plus 4 equals 12. Ngayon, 3 plus 4 will give you 7. Then, copy the denominator, which is 12. Kaya yung sagot is 7/12. Next, 1/2 plus 2/5. So, kuhanin ulit natin yung LCD ng 2 and 5. So, we have 2 and 5. 2 times 1 will give you 2. 2 times 2 will give you 4. 2 times 3 will give you 6. 2 times 4 will give you 8. So, and so on. Then sa 5, 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. So, since dito, wala pa silang magkapareho, ituloy natin yung both. So, sa 2 muna, 2 times 5 will give you 10. So, may 10 sa 5, kaya ang magkapareho ay 10. So, 10 yan ang ating LCD. So, 10. And then, divide sa first denominator ng fraction, which is 2. So, 10 divided by 2 will give you 5. Times 1 will give you 5. Then, yung operation is addition. 10 divided by 5 will give you 2 times 2 will give you 4. Ngayon, meron na tayong 5 plus 4 over 10. Ayan. Next, 5 plus 4 will give you 9. Then the denominator is 10. So, the final answer is 9 over 10. So, next, we have 3 over 4 plus 1 over 2. Kuhanin ulit natin yung LCD. So, 4 and 2. Then, 4 times 1 will give you 4. 4 times 2 will give you 8. Then, sa 2, 2 times 1 will give you 2. 2 times 2 will give you 4. So, since may magkapareho ng number, stop na tayo. So, we have the LCD 4. 4 divided by the denominator, which is 4, will give you 1. 1 times the numerator, which is 3, will give you 3. Then yung operation is addition. So 4 divided by denominator 2 will give you 2. Then multiply sa numerator na 1 will give you 2. So we have 3 plus 2 over 4. Then 3 plus 2 will give you 5. Then copy the denominator, which is 4. So 5 over 4. But improper fraction ulit siya. Anong gagawin? I-divide. So 5 divided by 4. So ilang 4 magagawa sa 5? Isa. Then 1 times 4 will give you 4. 5 minus 4 will give you 1. Again, yung nasa taas siya yung magiging whole number, yung nasa baba siya yung magiging numerator. Then yung LCD natin dun sa 5 over 4 is copy lang. So, magiging 1 and 1/4. Next, we have subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. So, same process. For the similar or unlike fractions, change them first to similar fractions by looking for equivalent fractions. To get the equivalent fractions, find the least common denominator or LCD of the fractions. After the fractions have become similar, subtract as usual. Simplify if needed. So, kagaya ng kanina, let's have an example. So, 7 over 8 minus 2 over 6. So, yung 7 over 8 minus 2 over 6. So, yung denominator, 8 and 6. So, para makuha natin sila, i-multiply muna natin sila by 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So, sa 8, 8 times 1 will give you 8. 8 times 2 will give you 16. 8 times 3 will give you 24. And so on. So, sa 6, 6 times 1 will give you 6. 6 times 2 will give you 12. 6 times 3 will give you 18. So, wala pang magkapareho sa kanila, kaya ituloy natin. 18 times, or 6 times 4 will give you 24. Ayan, since may magkapareho na, 24. 24 niya ng ating LCD. Kaya, 24 itong LCD na nandito. So, paano nakuha yung 21? Since 24 ang ating LCD, 24 divide natin siya sa denominator. Laging tandaan na kapag denominator, i-divide. Kapag numerator, i-multiply. So, we have 24 divided by 8 is 3. 3 times 7 will give you 21. Kaya 21 ito. And then, sa second fraction, we have 24 divided by 6 will give you 4. Then, times 2 will give you 8. Kaya 8. Ngayon, pwede na natin silang isubtract. So, 21 minus 8 will give you 13. Then, copy the LCD. Kaya, naging 13 over 24. So, next, let's have these examples. We have 1 over 2 minus 1 over 3. So, kuhanin ulit natin yung kanilang LCD. So, 2 and 3. 2 times 1 will give you 2. 2 times 2 will give you 4. 2 times 3 will give you 6. 3 times 1 will give you 3. 3 times 2 will give you 6. So, since may magkapareho na sila, Ang LCD natin is 6 and divide natin siya sa denominator, which is 2. So 6 divided by 2 will give you 3. Then times natin siya sa numerator, which is 1. So 3 times 1 will give you 3. Then ang operation is subtraction. Then next, 6 divided by 3 will give you 2. 2 times 1 will give you 2. So we have 3 minus 2 over 6. And 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. Then copy the denominator, which is 6. That's why the answer will be 1 over 6. Next, 3 over 5 minus 2 over 7. Kuhanin natin yung LCD. So 5 and 7. 5 times 1 will give you 5. 5 times 2 will give you 10. 5 times 3 will give you 15. Then sa 7, 7 times 1 will give you 7. 7 times 2 will give you 14. 7 times 3 will give you 21. Since wala pang magkapareho sa kanila, continue. So 5 times 4 will give you 20. 5 times 5 will give you 25. 5 times 6 will give you 30. So next, 7 times 4 will give you 28. 7 times 5 will give you 35. So wala pa rin. Continue. So 30. Next is 5 times 7 will give you 35. So ayun. Ang magkapareho nila ay 35. So 35 ngayon ang ating LCD. Next, 35 divided by 5 will give you 7. 7 times 3 will give you 21. Then minus 35 divided by 7 will give you 5. Then 5 times 2 will give you 10. So 21 minus 10 over 35. 21 minus 10 will give you 11. Then you copy the denominator, which is 35, kaya 11 over 35. Next, 1/2 minus 1/4 minus 1/6. So, dito, naging tatlo lang sila. Pero same process, we have 2, 4, 6. So, 2 times 1 will give you 2. 2 times 2 will give you 4. 2 times 3 will give you 6. 2 times 4 will give you 8. 2 times 5 will give you 10. So, stop muna tayo dyan. Next, 4. 4 times 1 will give you 4. 4 times 2 will give you 2. 4 times 2 will give you 8. 4 times 3 will give you 12. And so on. Next, 6 times 1 will give you 6. 6 times 2 will give you 12. So, wala pa rin magkakapareho sa tatlo. Then, continue. 2. 2 times 6 will give you 12. So, ayan. 12, meron silang tatlo. So, we have the LCD of 12. 12 divided by 2 will give you 6. And 6 times 1 will give you 6 minus. 12 divided by 4 will give you 3. 3 times 1 will give you 3. So, minus. 12 divided by 6 will give you 2. Then, 2 times 1 will give you 2. Ngayon, 6 minus 3 minus 2 over 12. 6 minus 3 will give you 3. Then 3 minus 2 will give you 1. And then copy the denominator, which is 12. Kaya 1 over 12. Next, we have problem solving. So, first, a book has 8 chapters of equal length. Mary has read 4 chapters. What fraction of the book does Mary have left to read? Next, Jack needs to walk 7 over 10 kilometers to school. He has already walked 3 over 10 kilometers. How much farther does Jack need to walk? Next, Sarah had 6 over 8 of a packet of cookies. After she ate some cookies, 2 over 8 of a packet remained. What fraction of the packet of cookies did Sarah eat? Next, Dad cut an apple pie into 8 slices. He served 4 slices to his children and 2 slices to his wife. What fractional part of the apple pie did Dad serve? So, dun sa first muna tayo. So, yung book, meron siyang 8 chapters. And si Mary, ang nabasa niya pa lang ay 4 chapters. So, 8 minus 4 will give you 4. That's why yung hindi pa nababasa ni Mary ay 4. Then, ilan ang total chapters? 8. So, we have 4 over 8. So, pwede pa yang isimplify kasi divisible sila pareho by 4. So, 4 divided by 4 will give you 1. Then, 8 divided by 4 will give you 2. That's why the answer, it's either 4 over 8 or 1/2. Ayan. Next, we have 7 over 10 yung kailangan lakarin ni Jock papuntang school. Pero, ang nalakad niya pa lang ay 3 over 10. So, ilan pa ang kailangan niyang lakarin? I-minus lang natin siya. So, 7 over 10 minus 3 over 10. Since similar fraction, isubtract lang natin yung numerator. So, 7 minus 3 will give you 4. Then, the denominator is 10. So, the answer will be 4 over 10. Pero, pwede pa yung isimplify. So, 4 and 10 divisible sila by 2. So, 4 divided by 2 will give you 2. Then, 10 divided by 2 will give you 5. Kaya, it's either 4 over 10 or 2 over 5. Next, we have Sarah had 6 over 8 of a packet of cookies. Ngayon, sa 6 over 8 packet of cookies, ang natira is 2 over 8. So, isubtract natin siya. 6 over 8 minus 2 over 8. Then, since similar fraction ulit, 6 minus 2 will give you 4. Then, copy the denominator, which is 8. So, same siya sa first problem, which is 4 over 8 ang sagot, or pwedeng 1/2. Next, 8 slices yung apple pie. Si Dad, nag-serve siya ng 4 para sa kanyang mga anak and 2 para sa kanyang asawa. So, yung na-serve niya, tinatanong, 4 and 2. So, 4 plus 2 will give you 6. And ilan ba ang total ng slices? 8. So, divisible sila both side by 2. Then, 6 divided by 2 will give you 3. Then, 8 divided by 2 will give you 4. That's why yung answer, it's either 6 over 8 or 3 over 4. So, kung naintindihan nyo na yung lesson, let's proceed na kayo dito sa quiz. So, open your book. On page 5, sagutin nyo yung practice and keep practicing. Then, page 6, yung test yourself A and B. Pero kung hindi pa masyadong maliwanag sa inyo yung discussion, pwede nyong balik-balikang panoorin and huwag kalimutang answerin yung mga questions or mga kailangan nyong sagutan dito sa book. So, yun lang. God bless. Sana marami kayong natutunan. Good day!